Hello guys, my name is Engineer Holiday. I will be solving questions on banking analysis under secular motion and even some other technical questions we want to look at. The question one says, what calculate the question of friction, which is this, required by what? A mass or a force, what? 2000 Newton. This is force of 90-meter radius wheel, 90 meter, at a speed of 10 kilometer per hour. So you convert to meter per second, which is 10 times 1000 divided by 60 times 60. And that will be giving us what? 25, that should be 25 over 9. There, confirm. It was 25 over 9. Just for confirmation, let's do that. 960. 25 over 9. Correct. We have converted to meter per second. Now, what do we need to do now? They said we know our radius, we know our G. G is 10 meters per second. So that means that coefficient of friction will now be equal to V square over RG. What is our V square? Is 25 over 9 square it divided by what? 90 radius times acceleration to gravity. So what do we have? You square that one, then divide by 900. I think that our answer is what? 0.008 what? 5 what? 7. 857, which is about what? 8.57 times 10 square what? Minus 3. So this is the first answer. Let's go to the second question now. He said what? What is the minimum radius of a highway banked at what? 12.7 degree. What is the minimum radius of a highway banked at what? At 12.7 what? Degree full stop. If the car is moving what? At a what? If the car is moving at 15 meters per second at a turn without what? Skidding. At a turn without what? Skidding. At a turn without skidding. Now, since it does not skid, your mu, which is equal to tan theta, is equal to what? V square. It is equal to V square over RG. Now, for us to solve that, that's what we want to use here. Now, we are looking for this angle, which is what? Or we are giving the angle as theta as what? 12.7 degree. We are given velocity as what is our velocity? V equals to what? 15 meters per second. Is there? But you can see. Then G is given as what? 10 meters per second square. Then what again are we given? Radius. We are given radius. Okay, that's what we are looking for. Excellent. Okay. Now, this one will not be what? Radius now. If you make radius the formula from this formula given to you, we are going to have radius. It will now be radius equals to what? V square over G tan theta. We make radius the subject of formula here. So what is our V square? V is 15 square over what? G is 10 times tan 12.7 degree. So what do we have as our final answer? So minimum radius now. We are going to have 15 square over divided by what? 10 tan what? 12.7 degree. That will give us 99.84. 99.84 meter. That's what I want to have as the minimum radius. So don't forget, for a body not to skid, the coefficient of friction, which is equal to tan theta, should be equal to V square over R. So, but if it's skid, it will be what? It will not be equal. Now let's go on. A particle of mass 500 grams is suspended from a fixed what? Point by a what? by an inextensible string of length 2 meter. An inextensible string of length 2 meter. So the length is 2 meter. Then the particle is set into motion from the lowest position with the velocity of what? Velocity of 20 meter per second. Okay. Now, what data we should find out? The question says what? Calculate the maximum tension. Wow, this is wonderful, interesting. Now, we are only given the length. We are not given the radius. Radius is not given. We are given the mass. Mass is what? 500 what gram. If you divide by 1000, you have what? 0.5 kilogram. This is very interesting. I love this question. Now, let's say we are given what? Radius. We are given velocity. Now, we are not given radius. Now, what we are going to do is that let us use a what? Tan theta, or what you call me, equals to what? V square. I think I gave this question. R equal to R divided by square root of what? L square minus R square, which is equal to what? V square over RG. I gave this formula. Those of you that watch my video, go and watch that last video or the previous video. Then under the second part of circular motion, I gave when I was discussing banking, vertical circle and horizontal circle. I gave a formula of this magnitude. And I said what? GR square equal to, if you cross multiply, equal to what? V square square root of what? L square minus R square. So this is what we want to apply now in our word. That's what we want to apply. Now, if you are given G as what? 10 times what our radius? Unknown, equal to what? What our velocity? 20 all square. Square root of what? What our length? 2 square minus R square. So what we're going to do now is what? Is let's simplify. 10R square equal to 400 square root of what? 4 minus R square. Now, how do you make R is solid of formula? First of all, divide both sides by 10 first. So we have R square equal to what? 40 square of 4 minus R square. So square both sides. What do you have? R is about 4 equal to 1600 and into bracket 4 minus R square. So what do we have now? We're going to have this one times this. That is we are going to have what? 1600 times 4. That's 6400 minus 1600 R square is equal to R4. So take this one here, we will have R4 plus 1600 R square is what? Minus 6400 equal to 0. Now, if you remember, this one can also be written as what class? We can write it as R square. Listen, R square all square. Let's even say R square all square plus 1600 R square minus 6400. Now, if R square is equal to A, for instance, let's say R square is our A. Let it be equal to A so that we can now reduce equation to now lead to quadratic equation. So this one now was what? A square plus 1600A minus 6400 equal to what? 0. Now, if you solve this one quadratic equation, if you solve it with quadratic equation, we are going to have that, okay, our A is 1, B is 1600, and C is minus 6400. That's what we are going to have there. Okay, so our answer normally would be what? Our A will now be equal to what? Okay, let's check again. A is 1, B is 1,600, C is minus 1,600. So if you do that effectively, we would have A equal to 3.99 meter meter. Yes. Then what about the other one there? The other second answer will be negative. So, and A can never be negative there. The radius can never be negative. So I haven't gotten that. What we want to do now is simply what? Put our R square back. No, we borrow it. A equal to R square just to solve. So 3.99 got to R square. The R will now be square root of what? 3.99. So if you press calculator for that, 3.99, what do you have? Square root of what? 3.99. 3.99. So that will give us 1.99. 1.997 meter. So that's our radius. Now, I haven't gotten our radius now. That's where we now start solving. Now, because they say we should find the maximum tension. And the maximum tension which has been given to us is what? Equal to mv squared over r plus mg. That is formula for maximum tension. I think what is disturbing us before that allow us to use this formula is just because of the radius was not given. And you cannot just go ahead and say the question is not correct. No. So we have solved our radius now. We have our radius, we have our velocity, we have our mass, we have our gravity. Then radius is giving us velocity. We have solved for radius. So we can now go ahead to solve, to analyze the question. We have 0.5 times what is our velocity? 20 squared. Is now we are going to use velocity. All divided by what? Radius is what? 1.997. That's why if you fail your radius, you have actually failed the question. Times 10. So what do we have, class? So we are going to have it as what? 0.5 times 20 square divided by what? 1.997. Then plus what? 5. That should be 5. So we are going to have 105 point what? 15 Newton. So this is what? C max, maximum tension that we have solved. I believe you enjoyed the class. I will drop a question with you so that you can solve for me. Let me drop this question with you. I want you to try it and solve and submit your answer to us. Just type your answer and send to us at the comment section. In the comment section. So this one now is what they said. The question says, it said, a particle is a what? Cement. Particle of mass M is attached to one end of what? An inextensible what? Extensible what? String of length L. Now the question says what now? And the other end is fastened to a fixed what? Point. The question now says, it says, the particle can be made to what? To describe an horizontal circle. Full stop. With a uniform what? uniform velocity or uniform speed, V. Now, what is the question now? With radius R. The question goes like this. With radius R. Radius R. Now, say obtain the what? Obtain the relationship. Obtain the relationship due to what? Gravity. Obtain the relationship due to gravity. It's supposed to be obtain the relationship between what? Or due to gravity. Okay, let's do G R, radius R, and what? Velocity V. So give me a relationship that what? That combine these three what quantities. So this is what you are going to do for me, and make sure you submit it. Give us what they said: a particle of mass m is attached to one end of an inextensible string of length L, and the other end is fastened what? The other end fastened to a fixed point. A particle can make to describe an horizontal circle with uniform speed V with radius R. So obtain the what? The relationship due to gravity, that means acceleration to gravity, the radius R, and velocity V. So please ensure you do that and submit. So just send your answer to us in the comment section. Thank you very much. God bless you.